Hey, ladies and gentlemen, taking Bible thumping and blasphemy to the next level. And in today's dissertation, we're going to show you what the Bible, Mr. Adolf Hitler, and the animal in the White House, and he is an animal because the atheists don't believe in God. Therefore, we are all descendants of chimpanzees. And if we're all descendants of chimpanzees and baboonettes, then we are animals. And also, a political animal is a person who has political aspirations. So when I say that this representation is an animal in the White House, by definition of the Encyclopedia Britannica and the Webster's 20th Unabridged Dictionary, it proves that this man is an animal in the White House because he has grandiose political aspirations, and we are descendants of animals according to the atheists. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we have an animal in the White House. And moving past that, we have an animal that is calling himself the mediary or the intermediary between God and man, who calls himself the poop. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. But if he was truly an intermediary between God and man, this bum that we call poop would have said, I demand that every Christian scientist and or person in a laboratory with a Geiger counter, I demand as your intermediary between God and man, I demand that you give your fellow man the readings from Fukushima Daiichi nuclear catastrophe. But the animal, that's the other animal that's not giving us the information. I mean the poop, who in this book called Hitler's Pope, and Pope Pius XII, I believe, back in the 30s, the Vatican and the Pope made a deal not to interfere with the political structure of the world, blah, 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 so that they could steal the wealth of the world, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. So that they could walk around in dresses and commit acts of pedophilia and other perversions in the name of the Lord, and then they scurry these people around to different countries when they get caught like it never happened, because you people are so stupid you believe the crap you read in this book. That's why they wrote the book where it's so confusing. It will keep you from ever understanding a true nature of the universe, that you too can be in touch with a cosmic or godlike consciousness, but you can never do it trying to practice the virtues in this book, because they wrote the book so you could never get beyond the confusion in the book. But let us go. We're back to Fukushima, which, as you can see, the paper on my Bible says Fukushima actually means Fuk you proper in English. Fukushima, fuking us proper, because the poop, and of course the animal in the White House, is not giving us radiation readings from either end of the spectrum, the political spectrum and the political animal spectrum, the religious spectrum and the politics spectrum. They are screwing the peoples of this world. They're screwing us proper. They want you dead. Read the Georgia Guidestones. Read the report from Iron Mountain. It's a 3-hour read. It's in a PDF form. It's called Report from Iron Mountain. It states there are too many people on this planet. It was done by the world's leading scientists of the time. In the early 60s, they spent $15 million in the 60s making the report. And the report states that by the year 2010 or thereabouts, we will have to reduce the world's population by one methodology or another. They don't care that it's nuclear radiation. They don't care depleted uranium. They don't care AIDS, SARS disease. They don't care Ebola. They don't give a flying crap about how they kill us. When they kill their own children too in the process, they don't care, because these people are probably not as human as you believe them to be. Let us say that everything I have written in my book proves that there is a society of people that has been on this planet for tens of thousands of years. And let us say that some of these clowns that think these people are of a reptilian nature, which might be possible, that I don't know. But let us just say they're not as human as we believe them to be. Then that makes them the people in charge of this world for the last 40,000 years. That makes us their descendants. We're their children genetically. Genetically engineered we might even be. So they believe they have the right to exterminate our populace. But here's why they created the populace in the first place. They created it because their underground bunkers needed refurbishing. Every so many thousands of years there's a catastrophe. Their underground bunkers needed refurbishing. We had the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s. Therefore, we had the greatest revolution of industry in the history of the known world. We modified everything to build everything they needed. They gave us all the technology. All this technology in 100 years came from nowhere. They gave us the technology. Their underground bunkers are finished, and now they're getting ready to wipe us out. We don't belong on this planet anymore. We are a virus in a pair of shoes, ladies and gentlemen. We're a virus in a pair of sneakers, according to my friend Rex. My friend Doc Atomics, he feels the same way I do. He says it with intelligence. I have a friend of mine named Irene, who's also a sweetheart, and she believes that they're screwing us. And there's another girl called Charlie Says So, Charlie L-I-E, C-H-A-R-L-I-E, Says So. Charlie Says So. I think she's going to be an up-and-coming force on YouTube. There are people that know the truth, ladies and gentlemen. These people, the poop and the animal in the White House, are screwing us. The Pope and Obama, if they wanted us to be healthy and survive, they would be demanding that every institution on the world that could take a nuclear radiation reading is taking a nuclear radiation reading. But ladies and gentlemen, they want us dead, and they don't care what they have to do with it. Thus, we have Hitler's Pope making a deal with the devil, Hitler himself. And now we have a man who can't even prove his birth certificate is real. With the amount of information that this man gave the American public to become vetted as President of the United States, you couldn't go to a motor vehicle office in your hometown and get a driver's license. And yet, this animal in the White House became POTUS, the 44th pus stain. He became the POTUS of the greatest country in America, which is nothing but a war machine for the Zionists. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are being controlled from every direction. And if you don't think it's true, just open up your eyes. Stop drinking water with fluoride in it. Stop drinking soda with aspartame in it. Stop taking chemicals. Start distilling your water and eliminate 90% of the poison that's in your water. And you too will have the ability to think like Mike. That's right. You too can have the ability to think like Mike. Stop drinking the water with the fluoride in it. Get a water distiller. Eliminate 93% of the poisons that are in the water itself. Don't drink anything with aspartame. Try not to drink processed sodas or juices. Try not to eat processed foods. Try to eat as much fruit and vegetables as you possibly can. And try to buy some walnuts and store them up, because they store for a while. Because I think they just passed the law that walnuts are a medicinal aspect of reality, and Diamond Walnuts is now not allowed to sell walnuts to the American public. Only Diamond, but of course Diamond Walnuts is the biggest walnut producing company in the world. Now why do you think that is, ladies and gentlemen? See, if you were more like Mike, if you were more like Mike, you would have the answers to these questions, ladies and gentlemen. But this dissertation is about to end, and what I wanted to do, I want to thank my friend VTSPQR for helping me create the science called Fazi-GAMI, F-A-Z-I dash Gami, G-A-M-I, like origami, but Fazi-GAMI, which, ladies and gentlemen, at this point you all know to be a science that I created with the help of my friend VTSPQR, and this is Fazi-GAMI, where I show the world the multitude of pictographs that exist on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I show you 3,300 individual pictographs that exist on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill as Fazi-GAMI. And at that point, ladies and gentlemen, this is Fazi-GAMI. God day to you all.